this video, I'm going to be talking about contrast principle, alignment principle, and also layout concept. Contrast principle, alignment types rather, and layout concept. So what do we mean by contrast principle? W- by contrast principle, we simply mean that there should be a kind of variation between your background and your text. For example, look at this buy now. This buy now has black and then orange on a white background. It is on a white background. That is what we mean by contrast. Now, if you look over here, you would notice that Zuma Wix right here, this Zuma Wix here, on this orange background, we used white. That is what we mean by contrast. Like, it must be easy for people to read whatever it is that you are writing or you are trying to show. It must be easy for people to read. So that is the idea of contrast principle. Don't put something dark on. Okay, I'm going to give a quick example. So let's say I have this shape right here. Now I have this shape as white. So imagine me having this shape as white and then putting a text on it. Let's just use this new text. Or let me use Lyorian Digitals. Now imagine changing this color to something like gray. Can you see it is not visible? This is what we mean by contrast principle. That is, if you want to do anything now, you're supposed to use colors that are deep, colors that would easily show. Something like red would easily show on white. So imagine someone using yellow on white. Where's yellow? I want to use, yes. Can you see? The eyes will be struggling to see it. And when you do your designs, you don't want people to struggle to see your designs. So always ensure to use colors that are easy to see. Now, let's say I change my color right here to, yes, can you see? Using red background and then using red color or wine color on it is not going well. So I need to come here and then change my text color to either, can you see, yellow shows but it's not that giving the vibe. If I use white, can you see, white is very easy to read on red. Can you see that? There are cases when you can use yellow. If I were to use yellow, I'll probably change the font style. So I'll probably change the font style and then look at what it is giving me. If it is bold enough, can you see that this yellow is still not bold enough? It's not that obvious enough. So what will I do here? Let me try and increase this and see. It is showing now. Everybody can read it easily, but it is still not looking like. I need something brighter. Yes, this is bright, very easy to see, right? So these are things that you consider. Don't let, we can't come and call you at home to ask you what did you write here. Never let that happen. So I'm going to copy this and then let's compare it with white, and then you would see a major difference. Okay, let's do black. Wow, can you see the way black popped on yellow? So let me copy this and then do white. So you see the difference. So let's do white. Yes. Can you see? So even though the yellow is showing quite all right, the black is showing quite all right, the white is showing quite all right, but you would see that the black and white, they are showing very well. So everything is very is still okay. So that is what we mean by contrast principle. Make sure if you are using a dark background, use a light colored text. And if you are using a light background, use a dark colored text. So I hope we get that. Now let's talk about alignment types. Let's quickly talk about alignment types. I'm going to delete all of this. Now I'll be using this design as an example. So what do we mean by alignment? There are three basic types of alignment. One, we have the left alignment. Sorry about that. Let me change the color. So we have the left alignment, we have the right alignment, and then we have the center alignment. Now, how do you know the side that is actually aligned on a design? If you picture this now, is looking as if there's an imaginary straight line here, right? Yes, that is how you determine the part or the side that is aligned. If you try to picture a straight line here, you would notice you're unable to picture anything, right? So the alignment here is not right alignment, rather it is what? Left alignment. So let's check something else. Let's see what we have here. So look at what we have right here in terms of alignment. You would notice it's looking like almost this part and this part seems to be aligned, right? So this is center alignment. Everything seems to be centralized. Can you see? Both left and right, everything seems to be centralized. So this is center alignment. Let me check the other one and see what we have right there. Okay, so on this one now, you can see obviously what we have right here is left alignment. Left alignment. So this is how to recognize, oh, what alignment is being used here. Is it left? Is it right? Is it center? So if it is right alignment, you will notice that this part, there would be something like an imaginary straight line. So once you can do that, you know what to do. Now, let me quickly talk about layout concept. Layout concept. Now, in this design, you would notice what I did. It is layout is like arranging your room, right? Arranging your room. You cannot put chair where you have put television, and you can't put your television right on top of your chair. If something is occupying one space, it means that others need to adjust. So look at this place now. This Liorian Marketing Empire has taken this space. This CV revamp has taken this space. Can you see? This lady here has taken this space. Let me do that again. She has taken this space. Can you see? This standout has taken this space. These bullet points have taken this place. Can you see? So eventually the layout, once a space has been taken, you work with the available space. That's what layout is all about. You know, okay, I'm going to put this here, I'm going to write my title, caption, and things like that. So once a space has been taken, you will work with the available space. How come this is able to intersect this image? Is because they can still blend into her. I use that as a form of concept, and this art can still get to this level. So those are things that you need to know. So let's quickly check the layout of other designs as well. So look at what we have here. From this layout now, you can see everything here is just centralized. This ArtSmart has taken this level. Can you see? Available offers with these guys. One another layout. This one's to another this number, another layout. This one. You will notice there is space. Abby? Yeah. So that is what we called white spacing. Like, look at the spacing between them here. See this spacing? Everything should not be choked. Everything should not be choked. You can even see space between these text. You should not choke everything. There has to be clear spacing, like, because the eyes will feel all these parts. It helps the eyes to navigate easily each frame. Okay, so let me just check the last one. Yeah, look at this right here. Can you see layout occupy this part? Every other thing needs to use this space. This one has used this space. Can you see? The next thing came here. So this one occupy this space. This one occupy this space. So when you are designing, you just need to know, okay, this place has been occupied. This is the remaining available space. And then you work with the available space. So we've come to the end of this video. I'm going to see you in the next video where I will be talking about color wheel, because color goes a long way in design. Once your colors are off, your design can never ever be okay. So make sure you watch the next video on color wheel.